Welcome back to About Last Week, a look inside a college hockey weight room. This week, we will be going over week 5 of the fall semester. About Last Week is a series of presentations and videos that take you inside college hockey weight room. We will be focusing on the 2021-2022 seasons of Liberty University's men's and women's D1 hockey teams. About the week before. If you remember back for week 4, the men, they had their first games on the weekend. And for the men now, they are in season. And we will always be prioritizing the ice over the weight room. For me, I think that quality practices lead to quality games. And ultimately, winning the game is the most important thing. So I want to make sure that what I'm doing in the weight room is not taking away from having quality practices. If I deplete their nervous system, if they're too sore, too beat up, that could affect their technical, tactical, and psychological preparation going into the weekend. So the ice is always more important than the weight room. The women also had 4 workouts on week 4. Monday and Wednesday was their high intensity day, Tuesday and Thursday, their low intensity day. If you could remember back when I'm scrolling through Team Builder or just describing the men's workouts, we talked about jumps that they were doing for future research. Well, in week 5, the men had their data collection, and on Monday and Wednesday, they were performing IRB approved research. I won't go too much into those details. However, if you're interested in research or just a little bit about what we were doing, maybe why we were doing it, I would love to give you the contact information for our lead on this research. So just send me a message and I can put you in touch with her. So for the intent and the big picture for the men on week 5, the intent, pretty simple, perform the research. For the big picture, when we're looking at, okay, you spent your entire week 5 doing this, well, there were no games this weekend. So it was a great time to execute a research study. And when you look in the big picture, sacrifice 1 week for a long-term payout. The results that could come from this research, I would have sacrificed any week of the year because I really believe in it and believe in some of the outcomes that could come from it. And the other thing in the big picture, it's week 5. It's week 5 of a very, very long semester and a very long season. Missing training will not significantly impact the outcome of the year. It just won't. Looking towards the women's team, they had their first games on the 25th and the 26th. So very exciting for the girls. They are also entering into that. The ice is more important than the weight room part of the year. Couple of kind of things to look at. Number one, just highlight, remember, we were seeing this for the men where it said research jump practice. The women have not gone through their data collection yet. For the ladies, we've been working up to this. You could see back to back on Monday and Wednesday, I have safety bar split squats, heavy singles, pausing for 3 seconds in the bottom. I want to get a number on them. We've been accumulating a lot of volume on the split squats, so I felt very comfortable going to a heavy single. And because I was having them pause for 3 seconds at the bottom, it wasn't going to be a maximal weight that was going to absolutely crush them and deplete them, as well as they were highly instructed on Monday and Wednesday, low anxiety. Do not go under the bar and be fearful or be anxious or be nervous. It's a heavy single, it's not a lifetime max. Going into Team Builder and just checking that out. You'll also notice that if we look in previous weeks, we had 1-arm rows thrown into here. The whole point today was the safety bar split squat. Quick reminder on the hinges. So we still threw in our PVC pipes, still threw in our barbell RDLs, but this was the big guy for the week. That's what we were trying to hit on. You also notice new exercise step downs that we were trying to execute. So if we come back, step downs to me are dynamic spring ankle. I'm a huge, huge fan of the spring ankle exercise. And on Mondays, I want to start doing what I'm considering dynamic spring ankle. and on Wednesdays, just a normal spring ankle. So spring ankle exercise, this is a more advanced variation where you have a partner pressing down on your hips, but the whole exercise is you have a floating heel, meaning your foot is off. You are driving your knee past your toes, and you're matching the shin angle with your upper body. So upper body and shin are in parallel lines to each other. Now, what are we doing with this? Because our heel's off, we're strengthening our foot. With the position that we're in, we're strengthening our ankle. And with our knees over our toes, we are strengthening the musculature around our knee. Now, when our skating coaches came at the end of August, Eric and Angelo, when we were in our starting position or stance, they were constantly cueing, have your knees past your toes. So I want to be able to strengthen that position. And when you look at this position here that we're strengthening, I froze a broad jump for you, broad jump video, and just kind of took a screenshot. That's why it's so blurry. But look here. Look at that shin angle. Look at that upper body angle, all matched. Heels are off the ground, knees are significantly past the toes, but when he's applying horizontal force, here we're strengthening that ability to produce horizontal force. I did not come up with this exercise. I stole it from this manual right here. I highly suggest if you're into speed, this is a great one to have. And within this manual, I know it's said it's by Cal Dietz, but the exercises were actually created by Chris Korfist. Chris Korfist is a sprint guru. He knows speed. He's one of the top guys I go to when it comes to making athletes faster. If you go to this website, simplyfaster.com, Chris has tons and tons of free articles, and they are all phenomenal. Yes, you have to kind of pick and choose to apply it towards the sport of hockey, but they are all great articles for improving speed, which I'm all about, and I love it. Also, too, the girls had their heavy split squats. Look at that, see what that looks like. So you can see a lot of people standing around because we didn't have as many exercises because the split squat was the big deal of the day. They would go down, they would pause, they'd come back up. Here's another angle. You can see we have 4 bars rolling with our safety bars, and the girls are just trying to work up to a non-high anxiety single for the day. On Tuesday and Thursday, couple things we're starting to do. So you can see we added in our one arm rows instead of Mondays and Wednesdays like we've had in previous weeks. We're adding it in on Tuesday and Thursday. I like that. I might keep that for the rest of the year. It's something that I just tried out, and I like kind of getting all of our sort of upper body volume on this day. You could also see how we've been progressing. So week 1, it was max chin-ups. Wasn't really happy with our shoulder blade or our scapula position, so we went through a progression of scap pull-ups, and now we're going to be doing a max hang with our chin over the bar for those of us that can't do a lot of chin-ups, plus 3 scap pull-ups or 1 to 3 chin-ups here. We progressed dead bugs to now we're going with bird dogs on Thursday and progressing that for week 6 as well. Intent in the big picture, work to a heavy single on safety bar split squat. I wanted a number to start to program off of and build confidence. When the girls look around, they see like, wow, this is a really heavy weight and I'm not too scared about it. It builds confidence. It makes them feel strong. And confidence absolutely transfers to the ice. Continue to progress with similar movements, but heavier loads. So I felt confident on the first week of games to load them to a heavy single because we had built up a lot of volume and it was a movement that they were comfortable with and they were familiar with. Had I done this week 1, that would be questionable. But week 5, they were ready for it. And again, I don't want them to be sore. When you consider they were doing sets of 3 each leg to sets of 1 each leg, much lighter and lower volume. In the bigger picture, after this week, I have weights to assign for split squat. very happy about that. We could continue to improve, excuse me, we were continuing to improve our body weight quality movements and positions, such as our push ups, our pull ups, dead bugs, bird dogs. And this weekend, they weren't league games. So I just wanted to assess how is the training impacting the weekend. When I get the report back, I don't want them crushed. I want them to feel fresh. So I can kind of get an idea of how are these 4 day a week workouts impacting us when it truly matters. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'd love to hear some thoughts. I gave an example today of some resources. The manual, as well as Chris Corfis, simplyfaster.com, has amazing articles on there about speed, about power. And if there's anything that you would like for me to cover or detail next time, please let me know.